is unfair. And the second thing is, surely we try our best. But football is a lot of things come together. Sometimes players are not in a good mood. Sometimes the coach takes the wrong decision. Sometimes the other team is just too good. Sometimes the referee takes good decisions. Sometimes somebody's sleeping. I don't know who, but somebody's sleeping sometimes. And so it's really, really hard. And so you need a little bit of luck, but you have to work. You have to work for this luck. And up to this moment, nothing really happened. Everybody has still got chances, some more, some less. And I'm hoping and I'm praying that at least one or two teams can proceed to the next stage.
Good day. So my name is Mark Gleeson from Reuters News Agency. I wanted to ask you two quick questions. Number one, has there been any comeback from FIFA about your comments about the refereeing Portugal? Have you been fined or hauled over the carpet? And secondly, can you talk a little bit about your relationship with Chris Hughton and what exactly he brings to your coaching, how he helps you, etc., etc.?
No, up to this point, we didn't get any answer. And maybe I can use this stage now to apologize if I was a little bit too rude, but I was very emotional after the match. Hopefully I won't get a fine. And the second thing is, we have a very good relationship. Chris Hughton is an experienced coach with a lot of experience and a lot of knowledge, and he's always trying to give his best for the team, holding a lot of things out of my head for me to concentrate on the team and on the tactics. But also there, he's given advices. I ask him. We have a good exchange with him, but also with the other coaches, with George Boateng and Didi Dramani. And Chris does really, really well, especially in coordinating a lot of things around the camp. He was here to inspect the hotels. He was here to organize all the things which needed to put in place, and has done a great job so far and is a big, big help to me.
Please, question there. Any question for the player? Please.
Okay, thank you. My name is Groom from Ethiopia, Disarmas newspaper. I want to ask both the coach and the player, what do you think about your fans in the stadium? When I see the Senegal fans, they support their team throughout the game. Now, what do you expect from tomorrow's game from the fans of Black Stars? I want your comment on that.
Okay. I think they are amazing in the first game, our supporters. The support us good. And I know tomorrow they are going to do the same. Yeah.
Yeah, I can just say the same. Our fans, no matter where we go, even no matter what situation we had, they were behind us, very, very solid, even after a bad African Cup, when we played the qualification games against Nigeria, fully support. And the same here. I'm really, really surprised that there's a huge Ghanaian community in Qatar, and we really want to use the opportunity to thank them for their support. Even when we arrived at the hotel, it was massive. Really, really appreciate the support from the fans.
Please, question.
Thank you. My name is Maurice Kwanzaa, I write from the Daily Graphic. My question goes to Daniel. You are one of the experienced players in the team. You reckon that we have players who have not even played in a tournament situation. Some have just 2 or 3 caps. How were you, the experienced ones, able to hold the team together after the loss, and how have they overcome it? And the second one is, in our match against Portugal, the first half, you played it very tight at the back. But somehow there were a few gaps which were exploited. How have you and your colleagues spoken, and how are you going to ensure that you plug those loopholes against Korea?
Thank you. Like we have to go with our plan, like our coach told us, so we'll go with the plan. And I think it worked for us. But in the game, things can change. First half was good. And second half, I think we open up, and then we get more chances to go forward. But I think we learn and we move forward, yes.
Maybe the question was for him, but maybe just to add on him, and maybe he doesn't want to praise himself, but they did really, really well. These are world-class strikers, Ronaldo, Bernardo Silva, Felix Yao, and to hold them down to maybe one major chance where Atizigi came out really, really quick and saved us is massive. It's really, really good. And if you don't see this, I don't know. It's really, really good.
Please, there is no an interview. Please, this is question for. Okay, it's okay. Thank you.
Hi, Patrick Ridge from Stats Performer. Question in English for the coach. Mohamed Kudus was brilliant in the first game. Really took the game to Portugal, especially in the second half. He's obviously, I don't know if you saw the interview last week when he said he could emulate Neymar in ways, and he definitely showed some of those traits. Do you think he can be a star at this World Cup, Otto? Do you think he can take himself to the next level? Because he's been brilliant for Ajax this season as well.
Anything can happen. I don't know. First of all, we have to think about the team. We have to think about improvement, and he was good, but also him, he has to improve. He can do even better. And for us, the most important thing is not, it's not about who's going to be a star. It's for us, it's about to get to the next stage, and this is the most important thing. I'm glad that you acknowledge that he's really, really good, but for us, it's not a topic at all. We want to qualify as a group, and for this, we will surely need his qualities as well, and I hope that he can show even more than he did already.
Question there. Yes. Okay. After.
네, 한국 동아일보 김배준 기자라고 합니다. 저 감독에게 여쭤보겠습니다. 이제 다른 세 팀들이 물론 다 어려운 팀들이고 이제 만만한 팀이 없겠다고 하지만은 그래도 지금 상황에서 뭐 조별리그 돌입하기 전에 그래도 가장 승리를 챙길 확률이 가장 높은 팀은 어디라고 생각하셨는지 궁금합니다.
To win the World Cup? Normally I would like to go with Germany, but the odds are not that good at the moment. So I have to think a little bit. Maybe Brazil.
Please. What?
Group
The group.
Group H.
Yes, group H.
Yeah, I think at the moment looks like Portugal, but if they would be a little bit unlucky, we could have drawn against them. So you see anything is possible, and Uruguay is good, and South Korea also. So I think it's an equal group. Anything can happen. There might be some surprises with nobody is calculating with, but at the moment it looks like Portugal is ahead of the group.
Okay, please question there.
Michael Bornbacher from ARD Germany. Question to both. First to Otto Addo. Maybe I don't know if it's possible to answer in German. Maybe the question goes back to 2010. That was the last time when Ghana reached a KO round against Uruguay. Also, when Luis Suarez stopped the ball on the line, and then in the penalty shootout you fly out. Dramatic game. First of all, which memory do you have? And maybe also to Daniel, you have been, I think, 15 years old. I don't know if you have so much memories, but which?
Also mit allem Respekt, so wir spielen jetzt gegen Südkorea und das ist kein Thema jetzt gerade so. Also nächste Pressekonferenz, selbe Frage werde ich dann beantworten, aber jetzt ist voller Fokus auf Südkorea. Das wird schwer genug. Und wir müssen uns voll und ganz darauf konzentrieren. Entschuldigung.
Please question.
All right, my name is Thierry Nyan for TV3 Ghana. My question is to Coach. We saw a game of two halves against Portugal. The first was quite defensive. The second was very open. What kind of black stars are we to expect against South Korea tomorrow? And also the younger players in the team. may have felt the nerves in the first World Cup game. What did you see in the dressing room when you look at these players?
I didn't get the question. My English maybe not that good. Felt the nerves? What do you mean by this?
I mean, they may have felt the pressure.
I felt the pressure
in the first World Cup game. So what did you see of these players? And if it was negative, do you think it would improve in the second game? But the first was about the tactics and what kind of Black Stars we'll see.
Okay, this one, sorry but I can't answer. If I go in details, we will prepare South Korea to play good against us. So I hope you were on my side, but this question is a little bit made me thinking. No, sorry, I can't answer this. But we will see. Okay, what I can see, we see a passionate team. You know, we will see the same passion which they showed the last game. This I'm 100% sure is a big stage. Everybody's hungry to play. Training good, making it difficult for me to make decisions, and really looks good. And they will show it, I'm sure. The second question was what again? Sorry. The younger player. I don't know. I mean, how old is Kudos? 20?
22.
22? You felt he was under pressure? Oh, so for me, it's not about young and old. It's about good players and not so good players. And I think the guys did well in all. I think Portugal is ranked 4th in the world. We are 60th, and I don't see that they had a lot of ball possession, but still it was kind of equal. And so I didn't see any pressure. Everybody was eager to play and to play good and did well and showed what he can. And I don't know. I know that there was a lot of criticism, but because we make mistakes, and it's a little bit funny sometimes that, let's say, people are going on Baba Rahman, for example. Oh, he made a mistake, but they forgot about that he also created our 2 goals. You know, so so people like to pick this and that, but I think in all it was very good, and the boys did well, and hope that we do it again, and that it will be rewarded at the end.
Please, question there.
가나 대표팀에 기화를 한 선수들이 많아서 조직력에 문제가 있을 수 있다는 지적도 있는데 감독님께서는 어떻게 생각하시는지 궁금합니다.
Yes, I think we showed that we played very organized. I think it's my opinion, and yeah, I mean, they are professionals. They are very fast. Big compliment from my side with all the games we played, with various formations. So last game we played with the 3 central defenders. From the start, the very first time, and they adapted very fast. We had 10 days to prepare. In between, there was another match where we played with a 4-chain against Switzerland, and then they switched we switched to a 3-chain, and they adapted really well. So respect to the boys that they can, in my eyes, always fulfill the plan which I had for the games, and they are really fast in adapting, and that's really good. But this is actually what I expect on a national level, because you don't train much with your players. You just see them maybe for a week, and then you have to perform. And the players have to be very fast in their head, and especially if we switch also with what we did against Portugal, the formation, and then we play it differently, and they have to be fast and adaptive. But this is what they're doing in their teams. Amat is playing Leicester City. It's not a small club, for example, and this is the things they face there. And things go fast, and they have to be very fast in their head. And they did well.
Please, question there. Thank you.
Coach, good morning. My name is Benedict from Ghana. Benedict Owusu from Ghana. When there's always pressure when you lose your first game, and when Argentina lost their first game, Lionel Scolani, the coach, allowed the families, the kids, and the girlfriends, wives to come to the camp. What's been done for our players in our situation going into our game against Korea?
Surely we always have a plan. Good morning. And no matter if we would have even won or lost, this was also our plan after the match, to train in the morning and then give them free till 9 o'clock in the evening so that they can see their friends and families. So, but this hasn't got anything to do with the result. This was our plan from, I don't know, we planned it in September. And we surely want our players to feel well and then to have a good relationship with the players. And I think personally, if you have a good relationship with players, they can perform even more.
Please.
Hi, Coach, good morning. Yes, I want to know, I'm Gary L. Smith from Ghana, from Joy News. I want to know from you, to what extent do you feel that Black Stars over-respected Portugal? A lot of people in Ghana are saying that because of how defensive we started, we over-respected Portugal. Would you say this is true? Thank you, Coach.
I don't think it's true. And this is also part of football. I forgot to answer one question before. So it's a privilege to be here. It's not, for me personally, it's not pressure. It's a privilege to be here, to sit here, to be the national coach of the national team of Ghana. And pressure is something different. If you and people with a worse background, if you have to think about what to eat the next day, this is real pressure. But this, with all the respect, it's a different pressure maybe, but it's not about life and death. And to come back to your question, our players, they did so well. I don't think we over-respected them. In football, it's normal. This is normal that you ask this question. If you would have won or played draw, you wouldn't have said this. If, let's say, Iñaki wouldn't have slid away and scored, it would be 3-3, then it would be a different question. So just little margins which decide what you asked or what not. So for me, I mean, we showed that we could compete with them, even though we have a lot of unexperienced players. Some even had their debuts the game before against Switzerland, but still performed. Let's say a guy like Abdul Samit, he didn't feel any pressure from my side. And we did well. If people think like that, it's always easier to talk about something after the game. And I know that when you don't succeed, people will, the same things you did, they will take it against you. And if you win or play draw, the same things you did, they will say, oh, this was genius, or what a tactical coach, or whatsoever. So for me, it's really not a thing to talk about.
The last question there, please. Thank you.
네, 한국 마이데일리에서 온 이현호 기자입니다. 다니엘 선수에게 질문드리겠는데요. 수비수로서 한국과 우루과이의 경기를 보고 좀 위협적인 공격수가 있었다면 누구인지 또 그에 대한 이유도 같이 듣고 싶습니다.
You can hear?
Yes.
The question was who do we have to watch out from the Korean team? Which players?
Oh, we have to watch everybody because everybody is good. Not only one person. So we look at everybody. Yeah.
Surely for the defenders it's more Wang and Son, and we heard the other Wang is a little bit injured from Wolverhampton. So we'll see which players we will face. But in all, the squad is good, and we have a lot of respect for them. But we know we can compete with them. Just to add up on Daniel.
Before concluding, please note the official training session for Ghana team is scheduled today at 4:30 p.m. at Aspire Zone, facilities number 1, and the first 15 minutes are open to the media. Okay? Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Daniel. And thank you all for attending this press conference here.
Dankeschön.